call me what you want, say what you want, slander my name online. I don't care because I know who I belong to and my husband's in heaven.
I was living in China and doing a lot of work with the victims from sex trafficking, and then began to phase that into working with the Marine Corps and the Army.
Deception, a cover-up, and a calculated attempt to hijack everything Charlie Kirk built. We saw all of that after September 10th. Key voices disappeared. Narratives shifted, and anyone asking questions was branded the enemy. And throughout this madness, people kept looking to the leadership of Turning Point USA for answers. But they never came. Instead, we keep getting statements like this one.
God gave you free will. So if you're going to take every challenge that comes to you and you're going to look at it and say, I'm going to go retreat in a corner and be in fetal position so the Lord can't use me, or you're going to say, you know what, God, give me your strength, use me, use my life for your will. I don't know what today's going to look like, but I know that you do, and I trust you. The more that you can utilize that posture of your heart and your faith, the more that you can stand in front of people and say, call me what you want, say what you want, slander my name online. I don't care because I know who I belong to and my husband's in heaven, and everything else is just noise. But it puts into perspective that this world, I will tell you something, do not be surprised when the world acts like the world.
This attitude, of course, led people to ask another question. How did Erika Kirk seamlessly take control of TPUSA almost immediately after Charlie Kirk died? I mean, she was busy asking for donations even before the burial. She also stepped onto the national political stage almost overnight, and soon she was appearing alongside the president and the vice president again and again.
Charlie loved you. It's hard not to get emotional because I know that he would have been the first phone call when he found out that you were going to be taking this position. And the way that I was able to witness the two of you work together for years and to champion and support the president was absolutely humbling to witness. And I am so proud of you. And Charlie is going to be with you every single day in spirit, and I will be praying for you every day because I know that this is just the beginning of an incredible opportunity for you. And sir, thank you for allowing Sergio to have this beautiful moment.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Joe.
So how does someone move from relative obscurity to the center of a national conservative movement that fast? And this is where we need to look at her background, because it just seems like she has spent her entire life training for this.
I was living in China and doing a lot of work with the victims from sex trafficking, and then began to phase that into working with the Marine Corps and the Army, and then was able to work with a orphanage in Romania to help sustain them during their winter seasons, and giving them more clothing items or tangible items rather than just money. So Everyday Heroes Like You has been kind of a evolving organization to help with the times that we're in. And it's been kind of fun because I've been able to meet a lot of people. But it's something that I've never been huge on fundraisers for ourselves, where it's like, send in money or send in whatever to make our organization run. It's more of a funnel where it's like, look, we're raising funds for this organization. I don't want your money. I want them to have your money. I don't want your clothing. I want them to have your clothing. So it's almost like a middle person for some things. So that's that. But that was started a while ago, but still going, still loving that. So that's the nonprofit side of things.
It's also pretty clear that she has a big PR team, and they're trying to control her every move to basically make her a national political figure. And that's why you hear her saying things like this.
He knew that evil wins
when good people stay silent. And so for the rest of my life, I will make sure that I don't stay silent. I'll keep speaking the truth, no matter the cost.
Unfortunately for Erika, her PR team keeps dropping the ball. That's probably why she keeps getting caught contradicting her own past.
When I lived out here, I was here for 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was. Somehow getting drinks was the replacement of having coffee and breakfast. I personally would rather have coffee or brunch with someone than going, I don't drink. I find it unproductive, not because I'm holier than whatever. I just don't operate that way.
This is ridiculous. Okay, that's good. Beautiful blonde hair, her smile, her radiance. I can tell that she's got not only outward beauty, but inward beauty, and that's what I'm looking for in a woman.
Whoever approved her sit-down with Barry Weiss on CBS is terrible at their job. She couldn't stick to the script. Her body language went off the rails, and the entire interview looked wild.
What you consume and what you absorb from the outside world will manifest itself. No, I will never agree with political violence. My husband is a victim of it. I'm a victim of it. But what I'm trying to say here is that we can blame everyone else. We have to look in the mirror. When you become a father, when you become a mother, how are you raising your kids? Are you taking responsibility, or are you giving them a device and saying, go down that rabbit hole? I'm trying to go to Pilates class. You can just sit in the corner and look at your iPad or look at your phone and go down that rabbit hole and see what you can learn from that instead of being a parent. So my call to action from that is, parents, step up. Do you want your kid to be a thought leader or an assassin?
But there was an even bigger problem with this interview. Barry Weiss pushes ideas that directly clash with everything Charlie Kirk stood for.
What is so important about freedom of speech is that, as a utility, is that you're able to find the best ideas and find really bad ideas. And how do you do that? More speech. The solution is not to label them as a hate group and to say, the answer is more speech. As soon as you begin to silence, all of a sudden you're getting into the business of trying to tell people exactly what they're supposed to believe and how they're supposed to believe it.
He was murdered 3 months ago. If you go on the internet, and frankly, it is leapt beyond the internet now into real life, and you talk to many seemingly sane people, they do not believe that the 22-year-old named Tyler Robinson that has been arrested and charged with his murder is the actual murderer.
Who did they think? Yeah.
They believe any number of theories. They believe that Erika Kirk was his Mossad handler and that he was killed by a foreign government. They believed that she was tracked by Egyptian planes. They believe that the rings on her hand are signs of Illuminati. The theories themselves are absurd. What matters is that, because she speaks about this in the interview, the brain rot that social media is allowing to spread, the way that it is detaching us from humanity, from our ability to talk to one another and our ability to discern the truth from just out and out lies, is something that is incredibly important as a theme, I think.
It's insane how she labels anyone asking questions a conspiracy theorist. Meanwhile, the only reason she is running CBS is that CIA puppet Larry Ellison picked her for the job. Now back to Erika Kirk and Turning Point USA, because this is where the distraction campaign kicks in. They redirect grief, they redirect anger, and they redirect loyalty. Just look at Jack Poso. Over the past few months, he's positioned himself as a stand-in for Charlie while repeatedly framing Erika as the ultimate victim.
And what was done to Erika and their children, Charlie's family, it's an unspeakable evil. It's an unspeakable evil, one that will never go away. They do so, they did not. And look, we see these images of Tyler Robinson, these sick images of him. I've just found a new image, by the way. I'm going to send it as well. Just this sick image of him grinning. It's very clear that he's grinning, and caught in 4K.
He just looks weird too. Right, I guess that's not the best thing to say.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, there it is.
He really
he's sitting there grinning while Charlie's family is going to go through Christmas without their dad. He's sitting there grinning.
But that narrative falls apart pretty fast when you look at what she was doing right before Christmas. At the same time, Jack also pushes the idea that Tyler Robinson acted alone. No questions, no loose ends. Case closed.
So here's my question for people who don't think that Tyler Robinson murdered Charlie Kirk. It's really simple. If you don't think that he murdered Charlie Kirk, then why haven't his parents come out and said anything? Because they turned him in. It wasn't the FBI. It wasn't Kash Patel. It wasn't Dan Bongino. It wasn't Utah law enforcement. It was his parents. So his parents turned him in. They're the ones who identified him. They're the ones who identified the gun. And if you're so sure that it wasn't Tyler Robinson, why do you think his parents haven't said anything? Notice nobody ever answers this question. And by the way, if you're also so sure, then why don't you go and ask his parents yourself? I haven't seen anyone even try to do this. Kind of weird, isn't it?
We keep hearing the same talking points. Tyler surrendered, so Tyler is definitely the one who assassinated Charlie. But I've already shown how this argument makes no sense because after confessing to the whole world, Tyler stopped cooperating.
And anything new on the investigation? You say he admitted that, confessed?
No, not again. He has not confessed to authorities. He is not cooperating. But all the people around him are cooperating, and I think that's very important.
As for why his family won't speak, well, it might be because of that crazy gag order.
Judge Tony Graff has issued a gag order preventing anyone associated with the case from talking about it. It's to avoid pretrial publicity, already a big problem in a case with massive media exposure involving a high-profile figure like Charlie Kirk.
We'll rule that as the witnesses become known to each side, that information is conveyed to abide by this order. Obviously, there are potentially many witnesses, and so it's not the expectation that you would be able to do that up front, but as they become known.
They could also be told to stay quiet because apparently the FBI was doing this.
So originally when I sent this video in to the FIB for tips, I thought I was doing a service and, to Charlie and helping out. So it started off where I got in contact, was talking to someone at the local field office there in my local state. And then it jumped up a few levels. Then I was talking to someone on the national level. That person had called me back and they had said, because this was your friend, I think it's best that you erase the video from your phone because it's just going to give you PTSD. And then called it another time to ask if I had erased it. That was the first time that I felt like it was even right to post these videos. That was on my other account that was gone and just was removed after 5 years of building it. But so I got a call back and was asked to confirm it was gone. And again, that's when I started sharing, posting, and saving on many different hard drives at many different places. it's been crazy. It's been rough.
So far, independent journalists have only been able to talk to Tyler's grandmother. Here's what she allegedly said about her grandson.
What's up, you guys? I just spent about an hour talking to Debbie, Tyler Robinson's grandmother. She said she wanted to set the record straight on some of the stories that came out. One, she never said that her grandson never fired a gun. What she said is that she didn't think that he would ever do anything like that. As far as she knows, he didn't have a lot of experience hunting, but may have used a gun before. Another thing is that it came as a surprise to her and the entire family that Tyler Robinson was supposedly gay. As far as she had known, that has never been the case. So she said that was a major surprise to her.
The simple fact is that even people on the other side of the world are calling this a cover-up. Yet, TPUSA asks everyone to trust the FBI without question. Since the assassination, TPUSA has expanded rapidly.
It's just unfathomable, but yes, by the end of this year, we'll be hitting $5 billion within all of our accounts, which is incredible. I'm so proud of our team. I'm so proud of our team. So that is definitely not going to be slowing down at all. I'm actually really excited about that. My parents instilled in me at a very young age, and Charlie's amazing parents instilled in him at a very young age, is tradition. My husband, as tradition, would donate his entire paycheck back into the organization. I am following suit. It is my honor and deepest pleasure to pledge my entire paycheck back into this organization.
Donor problems disappeared. The audience went global and their influence grew significantly. Of course, they can't replace Charlie, but in his absence, some other people have become very powerful. And when you point this out, they call you conspiracy theorists. I mean, Erika herself has told people to stop listening to influencers and instead get their news from legacy media, since they won't ever lie to you.
I get called so many names. I genuinely don't care. I really don't. I've told you this before. When you kiss the bloody dead body of the person that you love, it pales in comparison to being called XYZ. Charlie understood the importance of social media, of how to reach a generation that was not paying attention to conventional news. It's the type of generation that is watching TikTok and X and Instagram, getting their news from influencers, not truly journalists.
Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I know. I love you. I love you so much. I love you. I love you. God bless you.
This powder does 3 things that they will charge you $10,000 for. But the FDA approved it, so they're screwed. 1. It releases stem cells from your bone marrow. 2. Blocks estrogen and boosts testosterone. 3. It floods everything with nitric oxide. It's like going to the clinic and ordering the entire menu, with stem cell therapy as the cherry on top. But it's chocolate and it costs a fraction of that. I'm going to show you something real quick. Just watch.
There's some seriously amazing benefits for the heart. Decreased blood pressure because you're getting increased nitric oxide, which actually helps the smooth muscle of the arteries. Now, the blood pressure effect can also happen due to the high levels of magnesium. It's also loaded with iron and potassium and copper and phosphorus and zinc. Number 2, it can increase your HDL, decrease your LDL, especially the oxidized LDL. Number 3, major studies showing the decrease in risk of heart disease, okay? This is the big one right here, decreasing endothelial dysfunction. This is where heart disease starts. It's the inside of the layer of the artery, specifically the coronary, that starts to become damaged, and then the cholesterol comes and the calcium comes and builds a plaquing and a clot. And so these antioxidants protect the inside layer of the artery.
That's not opinion. That's exactly what Harvard studied in over 21,000 people. Your $70 ceremonial cacao? That stuff is loaded with cadmium, poisoning your body while claiming to open your heart. Regular chocolate has about 50 milligrams of dead flavanols. This Black Forest high flavanol cocoa powder has 1,200 milligrams of pharmaceutical grade extracted flavanols. That's like comparing a BB gun to a bazooka. Studies show the brain gets sharper 8.6 seconds faster in cognitive tests. Blood flow improves where it actually matters, up to 80% improvement. The heart gets stronger with 27% lower all-cause mortality. The results were so definitive that the FDA had to approve it. They never do that. 6 months ago, before I started taking this, I couldn't remember names, and climbing stairs left me gasping for air. Now my memory works like a computer. I take stairs 2 at a time, skipping steps just for fun. They take the finest cocoa, extract the flavanols, and concentrate them into this powder, made right here in the USA. So who are you going to trust, this or the people selling you garbage? Black Forest just went live with their biggest discount of the entire year, 40% off site-wide. No bundles, no gimmicks, just 40% off the product you just heard about. It's live right now, but it ends in 48 hours, and when it's gone, it's gone. Cocoa prices have been skyrocketing worldwide, and once this window closes, prices are going up. So if you've ever thought about trying Black Forest cocoa, or if you already use it and you want to stock up at the lowest price you'll see all year, this is the moment. Hit the link in the description or the pinned comment. Grab the 40% off deal while it's live. Take control of your health before someone else does it for you. On Truth Social, President Donald Trump said he plans to ban institutional investors like BlackRock and Blackstone from buying up single-family homes. Now, that's big. These corporate giants sweep into neighborhoods, outbid regular families, and drive rent through the roof.
A new report finds that the Wall Street company Blackstone owns more than 60 apartment buildings here in San Diego County.
That report also says that in the past 3 years, rents in those buildings have gone up nearly double the market average.
Now, to be clear, Blackstone is not doing anything illegal by raising rent, but because the law only allows rent to go up so much for existing tenants, the author of the report, Jordan Ash, says it gives the company an incentive to evict people and raise the rent for new tenants. And he says that's what's happening.
So yes, this actually sounds like a step in the right direction. But here's the part people don't like to talk about. While we are trying to stop them from gobbling up our land, BlackRock has managed to score another win.
But we also think critically that we are very, very close to finishing up as robust a prosperity agreement as any country has ever seen coming out of conflicts like this. It will aspirationally mean large, large possibilities for the Ukrainian people, for people coming home from war who will find wonderful jobs out there. We're working with BlackRock, Larry Fink in this endeavor, and we think it's going to be very, very important for the people of Ukraine. And we believe that a robust economy correlates and works directly with these security protocols.
And that should tell you how much control these organizations really have over our politicians and our institutions.